Hello everyone, welcome to Facebook Live in the Hive. I am here this evening. It is Wednesday night and it is October 1st. So when you join in this evening, please say hello. I'd love to hear from you. I have missed you all. I'm going to scoot my chair up just a little bit. Hello, Kisha. How are you? Hope you're doing well this evening. Thank you for being here. Oh, the wedding was amazing. I have sneak peek pictures for you tonight, and the grandkids are doing great. Thank you so much for asking. So everybody's doing good. We made it through the wedding. I'm just exhausted. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Hi, Bobby. How are you? I'm happy you're here. All right. So happy to have all of you here this evening. I'm going to catch you up on the wedding details. Hi, Gail. How are you? All right. I am a bit hoarse this evening due to the wedding. All the talking and the running around and all the busyness of it. So I'm just happy that you're here this evening. Thank you for being here. We have about 1 minute before we're live or before we start our Facebook Live in the Hive. Hello, Tina. The wedding was great. Ladies, I have sneak peek pictures tonight that the photographer has sent. My daughter posted a few of them online, and I think I posted a few on my Facebook story. And y'all are going to see some pictures that other people have not seen yet. So get ready for that. Hello, Donna. Thank you for sharing, ladies. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about what we're doing this evening. First of all, welcome to Facebook Live in the Hive. I'm delighted you're here. And if you are brand new for the first time, please say hello. We'd love to hear from you. Don't be shy. I haven't been with you all the last couple of Wednesday nights because we've been prepping for the wedding. And the wedding was Saturday. And it was a beautiful day, and I have literally just been exhausted. I took a nap Monday, I took a nap Tuesday. Today's the first day that I've been in my stamp room. But it was a wonderful, wonderful day, and I can't wait to share those pictures with you. Also this evening, we're going to be exploring and creating cards using the Traditions of Christmas suite. Now this suite is in the very front of the holiday mini catalog. And we're going to be making 2 cards this evening, and they have the same layout and the same measurements. And these might be 2 great cards for you to create as your Christmas cards because they're quick and they're easy. So I can't wait to share those with you. Also, as part of my October virtual club, we're going to be creating cards with the Traditions of Christmas. So I have one of those cards to show you as well. So welcome this evening. My name is Tammy Shia. I am delighted that you're here. And what do you say if we start with some wedding pictures? Would you like to see those? All right, so let me grab my laptop for that. This is the first one. These are my daughter's invitations. And I'm going to switch over to my laptop in just a second here. Let's see. Okay, good. We're good. All righty. Okay, everybody. So hopefully I won't bore you, but I thought you would love to see some pictures. And again, these are photos. These are just sneak peeks from the photographer. She is not done with all the photos. So anyway, I am showing you here. Here is another one right here. So I'm showing these from my laptop, and I don't know that I can enlarge that photo any more than it's already enlarged. Here's another one, their wedding bands. Thank you, Bobby. The bridesmaids' dresses were beautiful. They were the prettiest green. Wait till you see them. Just the prettiest. And the flowers were lovely. Whoops, I don't want to go back. Here's another one. This is her bouquet and her wedding shoes, and the lace in the background is her veil. And here she is getting ready with makeup and hair, and she's in the stamp room. So all of the girls came over to get their hair and makeup done, and they used my stamp room because they could really spread out and have plenty of room for getting ready. And here I am. Now this is the morning of. So this is not the dress I actually wore to the wedding. My husband is full-blooded Lebanese. And so they have a tradition called dressing of the bride. And so I just wore a sundress that morning, and we welcomed the grandmothers over, the close aunts, the close cousins, all the females in the family could come and watch her get ready, and we had brunch. And so it was really, really fun. So I know the shoes are precious, aren't they? Here I am zipping up her gown. Now this is the dress I actually wore to the wedding. So, and it's a long dress. And here she is putting on her shoes. And there it is in black and white. It's amazing how they do photography now. You get it in color, you get it in black and white. This is my absolute favorite picture, okay? These are our three daughters. And Jacqueline, the bride, is standing next to her identical twin sister, Andrea. And I don't know, I can enlarge a little bit. Whoops. Oh, sorry. I messed up when I enlarged, so probably won't do that again. Hang on. There we are. So, yeah, so Andrea's next to her twin sister. Her twin sister is the bride. That's Jacqueline. And then our older daughter is in the background of the mirror. So that happens to be my favorite right now. Here she is, dressed in her gown. And these are the bridesmaids and their dresses. Aren't they beautiful? All right, I'm going to try and enlarge one more time. Sometimes it goes all the way back to the beginning. I don't know that I can enlarge it. So I know, isn't that a fun photo? Okay. All right. I can't seem to enlarge it, so I apologize for that. There she is. Her bouquet was so heavy. It had to be 15 pounds. I'm sure it was like 10 pounds, but it was really heavy. And this is my husband's first look. So he turned around and he saw Jacqueline, and that's called the first look. And that's the first time that he has seen her in her wedding gown. And now they're hugging. And this is in our home. In our home, when you walk up the steps, it has this open area, and it's called a loft. And so that's where we took the pictures. And this photo is very significant. My daughter used to collect piggies, all kinds of pigs. Mary Kay, I know you can relate because your daughter collects pigs. This is her first piggy, her original. And it's her hand, her first piggy, and then her dad's hand. So, really sweet. It rained, ladies. It poured on Saturday most of the day. I would say until 3 p.m. So this is the church where she was married. And as you can see, it may not be raining there, but the driveway, the parking lot is just covered in water. I've never seen it rain so much, but rain brings good luck. So we were happy to have the rain. This is inside the church, and this is her her cathedral veil. So all of this lace and everything that you see is her veil. So it's longer than she is tall. I can tell you that. Of course, she's only 5 feet tall. So, so there she is. And there it is in black and white. And then these are our 3 daughters. Valley's on the left. Jacqueline is in the middle. And Andrea, her twin sister, is on the right. And here are all the bridesmaids. I love the color of their dresses. It was just so pretty. So I'm reading y'all's comments, by the way. And this is her husband, and he's putting on his cufflinks and dressing and getting ready. And here he is there. All the groomsmen are getting him dressed, making sure that he's ready to go down the aisle. There it is in black and white. And there are all the groomsmen right there. My son-in-law, who has the twin boys, he's on the far right. That's Cullen. And then next to Cullen is our other daughter's fiance. So all their boys are in the picture. I know, I love the setup of the picture of the girls. It's so awesome. And so there he is. Mark sees her coming down the aisle right there. And here's Tom bringing her down the aisle. And there they are now at the front of the church. So here are a couple of pictures in the church. And Mark took the reserve sign that you reserve on the, you always hang the sign on the pews. So he took that and put it around his neck. There we are. And this is Mark with his sisters. And there's the grandsons, which it's really hard to see their faces. But Miles is on the left and Ferris is on the right. So there's the boys. And here's the whole wedding party right here. And also the babies are in that photo as well. Over on the far right. On the far right are my twin grandsons. I know, they're so cute on the train, right, Kisha? That's the best. And there they are. And here they are. It stopped raining. And so the ceremony was over about 4:30, and they were able to go out into the gardens and get some photos. Isn't that awesome? Thank goodness. I'm so glad that it stopped raining for some outdoor photos. And there's the groomsmen. Oh, and my grandsons are in that picture too. I haven't even noticed this photo before. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, everyone. And there's the flowers. They were just so beautiful. Here are the girls again. I just kind of passed through these. This is like one of my favorites. And there they are again. Isn't that lovely? It's hard to believe it even rained that day. Looking at that garden picture. This is one of my favorites. I love this one. And here they are on the trolley. So the trolley took them downtown to the reception. So we've got the wedding party, and you can see the twins on the far right at the bottom with my son-in-law, Cullen. It's a great picture. I love it. Oh gosh, it was wonderful. Y'all are really getting some sneak peeks because most of these are not on Facebook. So anyway, they had to go back to work, Bobby, so no honeymoon right now, but they plan to go away in February when Mark has some time off. There they are on the trolley. And this is downtown at the reception, and this is the actual building that the reception was in. It's called the Renaissance. It's the Renaissance Conference Center. It's not a hotel. And you can see the front doors of the Renaissance there. And here they are. Again, it rained all day, but look at this amazing photo. It's just hard to believe it even rained. Isn't that fun? There they are again. More outside shots. They are so fun. That one's super sweet. There we are. So the photographer was telling us in about 8 weeks, we will have all the photos. So it's amazing how long this takes. But she gave us a really nice selection to look at. This is inside the Renaissance. So this is where the reception was, right here. It was such a beautiful day, Gail. Absolutely. This is the table. You can kind of see how it's set up. Carol, I did not know that. Carol says my 2 real good friends own the Renaissance. Had no idea. Now, my daughter loves tea, and so this is a teapot centerpiece. And so in the middle of the table, there were fresh flowers inside of a teapot that was up on a gold box. Yep, you see the favors, Bobby. You're right. So anyway, there was a teapot on each table. So they were really pretty. There's another teapot, a different one. That's table 6. And there they are dancing. I think that was their first dance. And this is Mark dancing with his mom. And they're enjoying their signature cocktails. So Mark's signature cocktail was an espresso martini. And Jacqueline's favorite cocktail was a French. Tom, what was the name of that cocktail? The French 57? I can't remember now. But they were both really good, I'll tell you that. They were both delicious. And there they are. And that's their cake. Their cake was really pretty and really good. And the champagne toast. And here this is a balcony. And so they went upstairs to this balcony for this photo. And here we are dancing. Dancing the night away. It was so, so fun. Mark's family is from New Orleans, and so they handed out Mardi Gras beads, and just fantastic. Just fantastic time. And there we are. We're all singing a song, just having a really good time. And there's Tom and me. And that's it. I think here's a good one. Okay, I've taken up 20 minutes of your Wednesday evening. I hope you're not bored. There they are sitting on the bar. Just really fun. And that's how they made their exit with parasols that had been made by Mark's grandmother. So, and that's how they exited the building, and they played When the Saints Go Marching In, which had another little New Orleans flair to it. So, oh my gosh, that's so cool, Carol Hodges. I didn't know your dad was a wedding photographer. That's really neat. So there they are, and hope you enjoyed those. I'm sure as we get more, I will definitely be sharing those with you, okay? All right, I'm a little hoarse this evening and a little tired. We are all worn out, but boy, did we have a great time. So we are going to now switch over to crafting. Are y'all ready to craft? All right. Again, we're working with the Traditions of Christmas suite. It's the very first suite in the mini catalog. And if you did attend the retreat in September, or if you did receive the retreat in a box, then you had 6 make and takes using the Traditions of Christmas. So tonight, I thought it would be good to show you both bundles. And I want to show you the designer paper. And then I'm giving you 2 quick and easy Christmas card ideas, okay? They have the same measurements, both cards, same measurements, same layout, but we're switching it up a little bit, okay? So I thought that would be fun. And then if you are part of my virtual club, this month, you'll be making 4 cards, or you'll be creating 8 cards, but with 4 card designs. And it's going to be with Traditions of Christmas. And then I'll show you a sneak peek of one of those cards, okay? So here we are, Traditions of Christmas. I guess before we start that, 3 new kits did launch today. So let me remind you of those. Calm and Bright kit launched today, as well as the Nutcracker tags kit. And I don't know about y'all, but I make tags every year for my Christmas presents. I'm super excited about this one. And then there's also like a Remembering Christmas kit, which is kind of like a little mini scrapbook or little memory book. That's what it looks like anyway. And just a reminder that World Card Making Day is this Saturday. I believe you can still register. It's a free event, and they're going to be creating some cards with us. And I think they're featuring this handmade and heartfelt kit. And it's 2 p.m. Mountain Time this Saturday, which would make it 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, here. All right. And there are 2 joining opportunities this month that I hope some of you will take advantage of. I know one of my ladies watching tonight has already taken advantage of it and joined my team. Delighted to have you, Bobby. So delighted, and what a nice surprise. You can, one of the starter kit promotions, there are 2. But the first one is, spend $35 for your kit and select $125 in product to go in that kit. So it's a great way to stock up on your supplies. Okay, there's also a second offer, but I didn't get a chance to download the graphic for that. But if you have any questions about joining my team, please let me know. I am happy to walk you through it, and I would love to have you on my team. All right? Okay, everyone, it's time to get started. So I'm going to move my sorry about that. I am going to move this. I'm not sure what y'all were looking at, whether you were looking at me or something else. Hey, Deborah. But I'm going to switch over to my hands now. And we are going to talk traditions of Christmas. Are you ready? Okay. So the first stamp set, there are 2 bundles in this suite, by the way, okay? So with this bundle, it's called Christmas Greenery, and it does have dies to cut out this image as well as this image. It will also cut out the bow and the leaves and the flower. And in addition, you'll get some extra greenery. You get this extra branch right here. You get this right here. And you also get holly and berries, okay? So it's a fun set. We really won't be working with this one this evening, but we will work with it in our virtual club, okay? All right. So the next bundle is 'Tis the Season. So this has the words, okay? And it's called Traditional Labels, and you can see all the different greetings. There are 15 greetings, and then it comes with these dies. So there are 7 dies total, and I'm going to show you what each die does, okay? So let me grab that, and I'm going to put this white sheet right here. I'll move it over this way, and now you're going to see what the dies look like. Now this die has this little layer that actually lifts up, okay? So I don't know how well you can see that. Also, there is stitching all the way around this die. And as a matter of fact, there is stitching on every single die, okay? Then we have this die. By the way, I cut these out in Cherry Cobbler and Old Olive. You also get a lovely banner. You also get this really pretty piece. And as you can see, this little part lifts up as well, just to give it more detail. And here is another piece that just has some little cuts in it. And then there's this piece that has stitching. And then this piece right here has stitching as well. Now with all of these, you can stamp the greetings and fill these in, okay? But let's look at some layering. You can certainly take this and layer these 2. And I'm gonna pull out some more layers for you. Let's see if this layers well. Not that one, but this stitched piece right here, you can put right here, and you could have 3 different layers, okay? Now, you can also take this layer and put with this one, and then you can layer that there. So lots of different ways to use these different layers. Here is another layer that can go there. And you can even add this piece if you want. So lots of possibilities for you. Love that. When it comes to layering your project, okay? And you can even use this little piece, this little banner, and that could be right there, okay? So wanted to show you, oh, let me show you some more. Let's do this. You can add this banner here as a layer, and you can also take that banner and put across here as a layer. You can even do this, and you could put that on top, but in a different color, okay? So wonderful dies. Again, there are 7 different ones, and they're great for all of the words, all 15 greetings from traditional labels, okay? So this might be a die set that you might want just because of all the different shapes and sizes of the dies. I'm going to pack that up, and now I want to show you the designer paper, okay? Because that is stunning. All right. And we're going to be using some designer paper this evening with our 2 cards, okay? But here is the first piece. You're gonna notice some different colors. Real red, old olive, secret sea. You could use cherry cobbler, petal pink, and pool party. So here is the opposite side. But isn't this lovely? Here is another one of the sheets. It does come 12 by 12. If you purchased a product share, you'll have this in your product share box, okay? Here is the opposite side. Misty Moonlight also goes very well with this. Then here we go. Here's some poinsettias and flowers right here. And here is the opposite side. Love the plaid. Here's another piece. And when you flip that over, you have another plaid. Again, I love the plaid. It's awesome. And we have this piece right here, which we're going to talk about a little bit this evening. You can actually use a die to cut this piece out. So we'll talk about that when we get ready to create the card. So that's the paper. And let me show you, it has embellishments in this suite. And they are in gold and real red, pool party. And as far as the green, the colors are not listed. It looks like Granny Apple Green to me. And I think that's probably what goes with it because it's really too light to be Old Olive. Now, this suite also comes with a wonderful embossing folder, and it's called Traditional Wreath 3D Embossing Folder. And here it is. We are going to be using it this evening. Again, here's one of my labels. I've been labeling everything since we have online exclusives now, and we have a mini, and we have an annual catalog. So I just find it very helpful to put all of the detailed information on that. If you are in my Be Inspired virtual club, you will have the perk of labels. You'll find a label on the back of your embellishments each month, and you'll find a label on your ribbon spool each month as well. And ribbon-wise, I'll show you that in a second, but it has real red satin ribbon, okay? So now let me give you a sneak peek of tonight's cards. Hang on one second. I'm gonna move that out of the way and move this here. So here's one of our cards this evening, and here is the other one. And I'm going to give you the measurements in just a second. But I thought you'd like to look at these. Again, same size card base, same size layer. So this is a basic white layer. This is actually designer paper layer, but it's the same measurements, and yet I'm able to change up the cards. And so just want to give you some quick and easy tips for Christmas cards that you may want to make. This would be an excellent suite to do that with. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you measurements, and I will be quiet a few minutes so that my words are not coming across the screen. And you can go on and get a screenshot. All right, so hopefully that was enough time for the screenshot. I can give you these measurements after tonight's broadcast is finished, okay? So the first one we're going to start with is the Merry Christmas. I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but I have actually embossed the top layer, okay? So let's look at that. You'll be starting with a pool party card base, okay? And measurements I've already provided. And this is a layer that's actually going to go on top of the card base. And you'll notice that it is the wreath, okay? And you'll see this circular motion, and this is empty right there in the middle. So let me show you how I achieved the embossing with this. The first thing you'll want to do is to take your cardstock and you're going to insert it into the embossing folder. I like to center this inside the folder so that I have the same amount of embossed image on each side, okay? So I just center it in the folder, and I don't worry about the empty part because I know that's going to be covered up anyway. So the sandwich that you're making is plate number 1, and then this is a 3D folder, so it needs to go through folded edge, and it will go through with plate 4 on top. And then once it's gone through, you're going to have this embossed image. Now you're going to do this tonight for both cards, okay? So again, I'm trying to keep our cards the same, but yet give you 2 different ideas. So what I have found that works really well for me is to take the Tombow liquid glue and just run it over here on the card base. Make sure you've got the front of the card. I sure hope I do. I do. All right, here we go. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top of the card. And what I like about using the Tombow liquid glue is I've got wiggle room for wiggling this top layer. Okay, so there's my top layer, and it is all done. All right. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? Welcome. Hello, Suzanne. We've gotten some new girls following. Nice to have you tonight. Okay, so that part is done, and now you're going to take this beautiful piece of designer paper. Now, remember what I said. These cards are quick and easy, but the designer paper is what is making it elegant, okay? So the designer paper is doing all of the work. Okay, we're not, okay? So don't worry, we're not doing the work. The designer paper is doing the work for us. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pop up this layer. Now, you certainly don't have to do that. You can actually just tape that to the cardstock layer if you want. but I like having a little fun with it, and so I've decided to pop it up. These would also be very easy to mail because of the embellishments. The embellishments are flat, and so it's going to be super easy for you to put it in an envelope and mail it, okay? All right. Oh, Kathleen, I am so sorry to hear about the fractured bone on the left side of your left foot. I am so very sorry. Even though your foot's going to be up for a while, maybe you can still stamp. I'm using one of these wonderful die cuts this evening from this set, what's it called? Traditional Labels. That's what it's called. Now, the Merry Christmas, let me show you that. It is actually 2 separate stamps. So I put them together on the block like this, okay? All right. And then we're gonna use some real red ink. You could certainly go with cherry cobbler if you wanted. I'm gonna ink this up, and then I'm gonna stamp right in the center. And there's my Merry Christmas. We're gonna pop this one up as well. I told y'all this is an easy card. It's also just a great layout. Okay, so I'm using lots of dimensionals right now, and I guess I'm happy because that's why I'm doing it. Oh, goodness. Poor Kathleen. I am so sorry, Kathleen. All right, we're going to center this. What I love about centering this die is the fact that it fits within this DSP layer. Now, I'm going to take the embellishments. They are in 3 different sizes. We've got large, we've got a medium, and we have small. And I'm going to use the pool party. You can use any color you want. I'm gonna go with the medium, and I'm gonna put it right there. And then I'm gonna use a couple of small, and put one right there. Now, I did this very differently than I did the original, but there they are. And that is your first easy card. Now, wouldn't that make a lovely Christmas card? So, oh yes, I'm definitely using dimensionals. Absolutely. You gotta have those, Carol. Oh my goodness. All right. So our second card this evening has the same layout, but this time, ladies, instead of a DSP layer right here, I used basic white cardstock, and I embossed it again with the embossing folder, okay? All right. I'm gonna leave that card out. If we get a chance, we just might give it away this evening. Let's look. All right, well, we're gonna get to do some embossing together this evening because I don't think I cut out the white, so we'll get to do it together. All right, same principle. I embossed this just like I did on the first one. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead, make sure I'm opening my card base the correct way. And then I'm just adding that liquid glue. And then I can position my embossed layer on top. All right. Now our next layer is 3 inches by 4 inches. Okay, so let's grab some paper. And I have a piece right here. So let's do 3, I think it's 3 by 4. I'm pretty sure. Let me just check real quick. It's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Sorry about that. 3 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to measure one more time. Measure twice, cut once, 4 1/2. Okay, so that little piece is done, and now we're going to emboss it. So for the embossing, you'll actually get to see me do this. I'm going to take this piece of basic white, and I'm just inserting this into the embossing folder. Okay. All right, there we go. And here is my sandwich. And now all I need is my machine. And I'm wondering, do I need to zoom out? Okay, that's as far as I can zoom out. And we'll roll this through. Wow, that just goes through so easily. And I'll show you in just a second. Let me move the machine. Here it is right here. Okay, so that's what we've ended up with. All right, so Kathleen is asking, is the new packaging going to mess up your organization of stamp sets? That is such a great question, Kathleen. Currently, I have the custom built shelves for my stamp cases, which I really do like. And I have room on the bookcases for more stamp sets. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna wait until I see the brand new packaging to see what it's like. I may transfer my stamp sets to a stamp case and put them on my bookshelf. So that's kind of where I am with it. I guess I'll figure it out once I get the actual packaging to see what it looks like. But that's a really great question. So as time goes on, we will see, and we'll see sooner rather than later as well. So I am rethinking things, but to be honest, I love my Stamp and Storage stamp cases with the magnet sheets. And I really think I'm just going to convert things over to that, even when it comes in that nice envelope. I think I'm just going to convert it to my Stamp and Storage cases. So great question. Really, really good one. All right. So let's talk about what goes in the center. Okay. So here you'll notice I've got real red flowers right here. And I actually just cut this from the designer paper. You can also select one with the petal pink and the real red flower. And you can also select one that has the pool party flowers and the white flower. So there are 3 different flowers, and you're going to find them on this piece of designer paper, all right? Now I'm going to count these for you. Now, with the red flower, by the way, you can cut these out with a die, okay? So we have, and I'm going to count the real red flowers for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can get 7 of these out of 1 sheet of designer paper. So that would be 14 of these in one package of designer paper, okay? Now, let's count the pink ones, all right? So pink, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of these on one sheet of designer paper, that's going to give you 10 of these in a full package of designer paper. And the last one is the pool party. And that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll get 5 of these, okay? Out of one sheet of designer paper, giving you 10 per package, okay? So you have options. Also, if you don't care for this option, you can stamp it and color it. So there is a stamped image that looks just like this. So you can always stamp it and color it yourself. All right, so the question is, I'm gonna go with the pink one this time, make it look a little bit different. On the original, I just taped this to the basic white cardstock layer. Here, I'm gonna pop it up, okay? All right. We're going to do a little bit of heat embossing in just a second. And we're going to position this right here. Okay. Here's the original, and here is our new one. And then I've already taken time to die cut one of these traditional labels. I'm going to move things out of the way so that we can heat emboss. I'm going to bring in my heating tool. Of course, I need Versamark for embossing. We are going to emboss with white powder this evening. And I'm going to use my embossing buddy, something I always forget to do. And I'm going to rub this across. Now, I'm doing that to get rid of some of that static, okay? So that we won't have little white flecks of powder everywhere. Okay, so we're going to use Season's Greetings. And I'm going to put my glasses on for this one. Give me a second. And that Season's Greetings is going to fit right in this banner. The Season's Greetings is one, it's on one stamp, okay? It's not 2 different stamps, okay? I'm gonna cover up my Versamark, bring in my tray, and I'm gonna bring in my little tweezers. You're gonna hear some noise. My heating tool's cold, so it's gonna take a few minutes to really warm up. But you know what would help? If I actually put the powder on the words. Do you think I should do that? All right. And then we'll shake off that. And I am pretty happy with how that looks. And so now I can turn on my heating tool. Here we go. So there will be just a little bit of noise. Yeah, so it sounds like to me that a lot of us may be converting to the stamp case with the magnet sheet. I like to keep my stamps and dies together, and I really don't want my dies loose in the package because that's how I lose things. So this is heating up fairly nicely. I hope you can see that. You can get all of these embossing tools in the online store. They should be in the annual catalog as well. All right. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. It really didn't take too long, did it? Okay. Now we're ready to add this to our card. And I'm going to pop this up as well. See how happy I am tonight using all these dots. This is the wrong size dot. That's my littles. So let me get out the bigger ones. I'm going to put the dimensionals on the outer edges so that it can rest on top of this bouquet. And I can probably zoom in a little bit. All right, there we go. And we'll put this about right here. Okay. And then we're gonna add some embellishments. Now, I did gold for this one. So I've got a large one there, and then I'll just put a smaller one there, and then a smaller one there. Okay. Now let me show you. This is the card that we just created. And this is the card that I created earlier. These are the red flowers, and this one has the pink and the red. Okay, so this is something that this is a simple, quick card. Like I've been telling you, gosh, this would be great as a Christmas card because you've got those flat embellishments, which makes it great for mailing. Now, I want to show you a sneak peek of one of the cards for our club this month. If you have not joined our Be Inspired virtual card club, this is your month to do it, okay? You can find all the details. I will put a link after tonight's broadcast giving you all of the details. If you are interested in joining the club, you can also message me. Let me know, and I can send you that PayPal link. And you can use a credit card with that as well. It doesn't have to be a PayPal account. It is $45 a month, and it is a subscription. So each month, the cards will arrive at your door by the end of the month. And it's 8 cards with envelopes and 4 different card designs. So, of course, the designs that we did tonight, they'll not be included in the club. These are just extra ideas for you. All right. Let's see. Here we go. By the way, with my Inspired Club, not only do you get a supply list with measurements and photos, but you also get a video for each and every card that I design. So, and that way I feel like that I can teach you and show you more. So this is one of our cards right here. I've got a little bow there. This is that red satin ribbon that's part of this suite. I actually did some fussy cutting and cut out these flowers, and then I put some Wink of Stella on them. And this is Secret Sea, by the way, this cardstock color, Secret Sea ink. And then you can open this up, and there you have your card. This can also put a gift card inside. So you've got options. So that's the card. That's the first one. This is going to be one of your fun folds, and I'll be creating another fun fold as well. So anyway, I hope you'll join us this month. It's going to be fun, I promise. And again, if you're interested and want to sign up this evening, just Facebook message me, okay, to be able to do that, okay? And I can get that link to you. So I'm so glad you like it. This is going to be an awesome fun fold. Yeah, Donna's in the club, and she's been doing it from the beginning and loves it. Bobby just joined the club last month. And so it's wonderful to see it grow and to work with each and every one of you putting these cards together. So hope you like that. All right, I'm going to see if I can give away these cards this evening. Would you all like that? It'll take me just a few minutes to set up my computer. Let's see. Here we go. I'll try and get this set up for you. We're going to be giving away this little gem tonight. And we're going to give away this little gem tonight. So we're going to give away 2 this evening. All right. I need to run over to Facebook. Let's see. I need a Post-it note. Takes all kinds of things. So if you have not commented tonight, do it now, all right? Because you're gonna wanna be included in the drawing. All right, let's see. So many pop-ups come up. All right. All right, I'm grabbing Facebook comments. I've got them right here. I'm switching over now to my laptop, and we're gonna give away the very first card. Wow, those names are flying by. Deborah Babcock, woohoo, Deborah. Yay, girl. I'll do my best to get this in the mail to you tomorrow or Friday. Okay, Deborah? Congratulations. Deborah is taking home this card this evening, okay? Congrats. So happy that you won that card. Now, this is our second card this evening, all right? So we're gonna go back over here and we're gonna start the contest. We're gonna choose another, let's pick a new winner and start. Here we go. Let's see who it's gonna be. Bobby, yay, Bobby, yay. This is Bobby's lucky day. You know why? Not only did she just win this card, but she just joined the best family in the world, and that's the Stampin' Up! Family. So we're just delighted to have her on my team. So congrats, Bobby. All right, ladies. Well, I'm gonna push this a little bit higher. I might be able to get that out of the way. Just want to thank you for being with me this evening. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you have enjoyed it. For those of you who are joining late this evening, my daughter got married on Saturday, so the very first part of the video, you're going to see lots of sneak peek wedding pictures. So enjoy those. The annual Christmas ornament, I believe this is our 14th year, is coming soon, okay? Within the next week, it will roll out. I just needed to get through the wedding and get that behind me, and now it's time to work on my Christmas ornament. So that will be coming out within the next week, and you'll be able to get signed up, okay? So have a wonderful Wednesday evening. I'll be back next Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and I hope you will join me then. If you're looking for any information, if you want to sign up for the Be Inspired Card Club, Facebook message me or email me at tammy@becreativestamping.com, and I'll help you get signed up, okay? Have a great evening, and I'll see you next Wednesday night. Take care. Bye.